Welcome, students. I wanted to give you an overview of your art and photography courses that you'll be taking with me and welcome you to my class. You're going to have a great year. So there's some things that I wanted to show you and navigate through with you today to give you an idea of how to use the course, how to use the website, and how to be successful in this class. So what I'm starting with is actually our school website. I wanted to show you where that's located. It's a great resource in case you forget something or you need some information. So I'm going to start with that first. This is not where your course is located, but this is where a lot of information is. And that website I've written right here is avacademies.avdistrict.org. It's actually typed right here too. It'll lead you to this course website. This start page actually has a slideshow going on right now, and that's all of student work, photography from some of my classes. So some of you may see your work displayed right there. Let me show you under academics, departments real quick. You can see some of the classes that I teach. I'm in the art department, Miss Jones. If we click here, you're going to see all the different courses that I'll be talking about today. You may be in one of these courses. If it's not listed here, it might be a course that I'm not teaching yet. I think if I go to staff, you'll see here I am. There's a picture of me. So if you come to find me, this is what I look like usually. And these are the classes that I'll be talking about today. I'm going to do a general overview of all of these courses. I run most of them the same, but on this district website I also have a link to my YouTube channel, which is going to have this video that I'm making right now. And a lot of my tutorials that I walk you step by step through your projects and other information. So this is a great resource if for some reason you can't get on the course website and you're confused. You can come to, oh, I lost my sticky, here it is, this website and go under, I was under academics, departments, find art, find my YouTube channel. Another great resource, by the way, is our art gallery. If you click here, which I'll do real quick for you, you can see some of the work from our classes, some really amazing work from all the years. You can see all my different courses. If you click up here on the different links, you'll go to the different work. This is current students' work on top, and then I have some of my past years here. Some beautiful work by our students, of course. So that's our district website. Let me pull that back up. That wasn't all I wanted to show you. Under students as well, a really important resource is student links. That's not what I wanted. Now it's not showing what I wanted. Okay, I'm sorry, I was having problems with the website. Under student links, then you can find access to a lot of the websites that you need to complete your online course. So you find that here. Also, if you go under the Parents tab, you can also access OpenClass, the Parent Portal, which is going to get you to PowerSchool, and a lot of other great information here. So this is just our general school website, which I wanted you to be aware of, that you can always come here to find announcements and other important information about the school. Now back to what we were talking about. OpenClass is where all of your courses are located, and that's what I'm going to talk about with you today and demonstrate with you today. So OpenClass, which you should have received an orientation on how to access OpenClass by now. If you haven't yet, you can contact me and I can give you that information. You can come in and meet with me if you haven't already. Your OpenClass is accessed through your student Gmail, your student school Gmail, which is your student ID number at students with an S, at .avhsd.org. Actually, I'm not sure about that. I think it's .org at the end. I should check that, but I think that's what it is. And once you find the activation link email for OpenClass, you just click it one time to activate OpenClass. Then you've activated and accessed OpenClass. You only need to do that the first time. From then on, when you access OpenClass, it will look like this when you start up. And you should be able to use your student ID access information, the same password to get in. That's up to you. You'll set all that up at orientation. Again, if you need help with that, please come into one of the centers or contact me. and we can help you get on. So once you're into OpenClass, that's what I want to talk about with you today, about how to complete my class. All right, this is considered your dashboard, your start page for OpenClass. You're not in any course, this is just what it looks like. You should see on the left sidebar all your different classes that you're in. If you are a full-time virtual student, you should see all of your full-time virtual classes here. These are all my classes that I teach, that's why I have so many here. If you are a student that takes classes on campus, and then a couple with us, or one or more courses with us online, let's say you go to Highland all day and then you take one class online, you should see all your Highland classes here and then your one online class, for example. You should see all of them there. Your teachers on your campus may or may not use that, but you should still see it here. So that depends on your teacher. Your online teacher obviously does use it. Okay, so you can access your courses over here on the left sidebar, or in the middle, the drop down. So sometimes if they're not showing up over here, I come to the drop down and then I can see all of my courses here. So I'm going to choose, let's just choose Photo 1 as an example. I'm going to go into one of my courses. Now I'm going to talk about all my courses in general. Each one is just a tiny bit different, but in general I have the same structure and the same rules for each one. So we'll go over that on how they work. Okay, so with each of my start pages, I should have a description on what the course is about on the top, and you can kind of see that this is structured a little bit like, I'm going to close some of this up, like a social media in a way. If you scroll down, you see my information, and if you keep going, you're going to see what's like a feed, like a social feed. You're going to see comments and posts from students in the class. So that's what you'll see down there. Now when you participate in discussion boards or make posts, then they will show up down here. I'll show you how to do that. But it's sort of like Facebook in a way, where you can post things and everybody can read it. Okay, so you'll see the description of the course. On the top right, you're going to see announcements. Every week I will post a makeup class. That's what's showing up right now because this is the first week of the semester. If you read or click on that, it'll be a pop-up. I will always have a class video for you to watch if you're going to attend a makeup class through announcements. Sometimes I have announcements that are about changing my schedule. Maybe I have a cancel my office hours, or I have to change them, or I have to make an adjustment, or I need you to know something really important. Always check announcements in the top right when you log on. If you've read an announcement, you'll notice that just disappeared. If you click over here on read, you're going to see all of these different announcements that have already been there. So don't worry, it's not gone. You can still access it. It's just not going to pop up because you've already read it. So it won't be an alert. Okay, right below you're going to notice an assignment calendar alert. These are upcoming assignments that are due. So this is part of your assignment calendar, but it'll only show the next week. So it'll show you the next 7 days. So in the next 7 days, if you're in photography 1, these are the assignments that are due, and it tells you what date they're due. These are all due next Monday. Okay, and then this part down here you won't see because these are things I need to grade. This is for me. If you're a student, what you'll see is if I've returned something to you and I graded it and I made a comment, it should show up here and you'll be able to access that and see what I graded and what I said back to you. And I will show you that in a little bit too. Okay, but still on the home page, I want to show you what's on the home page. All right, so this is what this course is about. Photo 1, I might be talking about Art 1, I might be talking about AP Studio Art, giving you an example or description of the course. This part all here on the home page should be the same on each class. So how do you contact me is very important. This is me. If you want to read a little bit more about me, you can click here. It tells you about my teaching history and my family. I've been in this district a long time and I've taught art, photography, all kinds of different types of art. Photography's been my favorite for a long time, but I've also taught art for many years and really enjoyed that as well. This is how you contact me. I'm available at any time. Really, I am. So you can email me at any time. You can text me at any time. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me. I don't mind if you text me. I turn my phone off when I'm sleeping, so it doesn't bother me at all what time you text or anything. So I'll just get it when I get it. Um, check with your teachers. Not all of us feel that way, but emails are great. I will get back to you generally. I pretty much get back to you within a couple hours at the most, and if I don't, there's usually something that's happened. On the weekends, it might take me a little bit longer, but I'm pretty good about getting back to you soon, definitely the same day. If you don't hear back from me within a day, contact me again because I might not have got your message, and please do not worry about contact me again. You're not bothering me. I promise you, you're not. It's important that you contact me, and if I didn't hear from you, I'll feel terrible if you're waiting for a response. Okay? In an online class, communication is very important, so do not be shy about contacting me. If you need to see me or if you need to ask me a question, please do not hesitate. That's important because I think I don't hear enough from some of you. All right? Secondly, how do you meet with me? Okay, and some of your courses, art, science, and PE, are not completely online courses, and this is for UC credit for science and art. We need to meet regularly, and for my classes, we meet once a week, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. this year at Palmdale PCC. Okay, this information may change. This is the current year 2015, so if you're watching this video in a different year, this might change, so please read what's ever on your home page, and that will be the current information. So read whatever's there. I will have the most current information posted. Okay, it's important that we meet regularly in order to get the UC credit. This is an F credit UC credit class, so we do meet. If you are unable to meet, it's okay. It's not the end of the world if you cannot make it at this time and this day at this location. This is what you do if you cannot meet with me. Then what you will do is you'll watch the makeup class if you cannot come in person. Okay? You do not lose points for this. What you are graded on is turning in your work. You're not graded on by sitting in the classroom with me. You're graded on submitting quality work. So I hope that answers a lot of questions that I usually get at the beginning of the year. It is helpful for a lot of kids to come in and meet with me, but some of you do really well without a lot of guidance. Some of you need more. That's up to you. This is where I am available. So please come in if you need extra guidance. If you are really busy or you have reasons that you can't come in at times, this is what your option is to watch the video that I post in the upper right hand corner, which, if you remember, was up here in announcements. Okay. I do additionally have office hours. Those are days that you can come in and talk with me, and those are generally Mondays. I meet at Quartz Hill between the hours of 2 and 5. I like to rotate and go out to Pete Knight High School also. These dates are not specific, so please contact me or check my calendar. I'm mostly at Quartz Hill, but on occasion I'll be at Pete Knight as needed. And as needed means for my AP studio art class, especially in the spring, I need to be out there more. So if you would like to come and see me during my office hours on Mondays, it's best that you contact me or check my schedule. Okay, I will always post that, my schedule, if there's going to be a change. So please check the course homepage if you're coming in. I don't want you to waste a trip and not have me be there. So I will always make an announcement if I'm going to change my hours. I promise you that. If you're ever not sure, please text or call me. There you go. Text, call, email. All right. And last but not least, how do you do your coursework? All right, I've been talking a lot about how to find me and all these rules, but how do you do your coursework? This is a really great little checklist to go through every day. This is a regular class where you would work Monday through Friday, regular weekdays, generally an hour a week, just like you're going to school. That's the best way to pace it out. I'm not checking to make sure you spent 1 hour online every single day. I don't do that. It's fine with me if you organize your time to work at 2 a.m. Some of you do, I know that. It's fine with me if you organize your work to work on Saturdays and do all your work on Saturdays. That's up to you. I'm just giving you the advice that it works best to pace yourself out Some of you know yourselves better than others. Some of you know that you're not very good at putting things off and trying to do it at the last minute. So I have paced out your work. So I've given you an assignment to do every single weekday, and I will show you that in a minute. So it explains to you more in detail what to do every day. Your assignments are due on Mondays. I assign the new work on Tuesdays. So when you get the work on Tuesday, you just need to get it into me on or before the following Monday. If that Monday is a holiday, it will be due the following day. Okay, so always check your Gmail. That's your student work. I have a problem with this when I try to reach you guys with something important. A lot of times you don't answer me, and I know what this is that you're not checking your Gmail. So the other way that I try to contact you is through the Remind app, which is that I can text you, and I'll be showing you that in a minute. So it's really important that you signed up for the Remind app to get announcements from me. That's another way. Check announcements in the top right. I've went over that. Assignment calendar and course tools, I'll be showing you where that is in a minute. PowerSchool. If you're a current student on a campus, you're very familiar with PowerSchool. Your online course will show up in PowerSchool. Please always track your grades. Please always let me know if there's something that is a mistake or something that you have a question about. Do not be shy about asking me about your grades. And then last but not least, you'll go to Coursework. Find which semester you're in, which unit, and which week to do your work. If you're not sure where you're at, if you remember, you can go up to your upcoming and you can see where we're at. In this particular day that I'm doing this video, we're in week 1 and semester 2, just so you know. And this is the project that's due in another week. So let me give you an example of where you would find that. Okay, so I would go to Coursework, semester, unit, week. So on the left sidebar, I have all these tools that we're going to look at. I would go to Coursework. And it looks kind of crazy right now because I have all these things open. All right, I have something called Start Here, which I'll show you in a minute. I have Semester 1, which I have closed because we've already completed that. And I'm going to look at Semester 2 because that's what we're in right now. Let me close up some of this as well. So under Semester 2, you can read the post. It talks about what we'll do this semester. I'm going to go to Unit 4 because that's the next thing in line. And then I'm going to see under Unit 4 I have all these different weeks that pop up. I have 8 different weeks of assignments. So we're going to be working in Unit 4 for the next 2 months. Alright, so this just gives me a general overview. So I know that I need to actually click on the left sidebar, Week 1, to actually see what I'm supposed to do this week. So for Week 1, for example, once I click on that, my agenda becomes visible. So Week 1 assignments show up, and that shows me, like I told you guys, 1 day at a time, paced out, what you're supposed to do. So I have 5 weekdays of coursework for you to do. So on Tuesday, for example, you would watch a tutorial on the project. You would have a day, 2-3 days to actually shoot and edit the project because it's an art project. I want you to spend several hours on it. On Friday, you'll do something called the Artist Day Journal, which I'll show you. And then on Monday, you're expected to submit your work and participate in a discussion. Okay, so that's an overview of what your week would look like. A lot of times I have these hyperlinks over here that you can access your work through. So you're welcome to access it here. If for some reason something isn't linked over here or this link doesn't work for you, depending on your browser, like for example, the discussions is not a link, these links or these assignments are duplicated over here. So if you see something here that isn't working, you can also find it here. Depending on your browser, I like to put these links in a different format that I put them over here just to give you guys options because I don't know which browser you're using, and the browsers are kind of picky. So depending on your browser, for example, Chrome works better over here with these sidebar links, but if you're using Firefox, which a lot of kids use, sometimes it works better to use these links on this page. If you're using Internet Explorer, just don't use that at all is my advice. Don't use that one. A lot of times you just get blank pages with Internet Explorer. Safari, Mac users, those are my people. Usually that works fine. I haven't had a lot of complaints. Okay, so let me just give you an example. When I click on the left sidebar, I'm going to get the video tutorial for how to do this project. but if I want to go back to my agenda page, I would click over here on week 1. I want to go back to that. So let's say I want to watch that tutorial here. It should be the exact same thing. It should show up slowly. Yeah, that's the same thing.
I would like to go over your layers project with you.
Sorry, that's just me talking again. Okay, so, all right, that's how you would do each week, and then you can kind of go through and see each week has the same kind of format where you would do Tuesday through Monday agenda. Okay, this is getting long. All right, before I stop, if you have not already, when you're a brand new student, before you begin your work, I want you to do something called Start Here, which is our course orientation. Start Here, when you click on that, when you're beginning at the very beginning of the year, or let's say you start in the middle of the year or you start second semester, I want you to complete Start Here. This is some really important information on what you need to know for this course, and I'm not going to go through all of it right now, but the one thing I really do want you to do is to sign up for, number 1, sign up for Remind 101, which is a text app that a lot of your teachers may use. You don't have to have a smartphone to do this, and you don't have to download the app to do this. Let me show you what it looks like. What this is a way for me to actually mass text everybody in the class. So let's say I have to cancel class at the last minute, and this does happen, and I don't want you all to come in and waste your time driving into class. You can choose if you want me to text you to your phone or if you want an email. So you can just choose how you want me to contact you. And what you'll get is either on your phone or through your email, you'll get an alert, and you can't reply to it. And I can't see your phone number or anything, so I can't bother you. But I can send out a mass text to all of my students, which is wonderful. I can tell you, you know what, class is canceled today, last minute, which is the most common thing I'll send. Or I'll send out a reminder, grades are due, this is your last chance, that kind of thing. So if you would please, all of you, make sure that you signed up for Remind. That's very important. Number 2, I want you to participate in a discussion board, which you will introduce yourself, and that is located right here. That's the second thing down on the left sidebar. So if you click here on discussion board, what you'll do is you'll read the prompt. You'll probably see a lot of other kids have already answered. I want you to answer these questions about yourself, introduce yourself to the class, and you can see there's a whole bunch of other kids that have already done that. The way you'll do it is you will click reply, put your name in the subject, and then just tell us about yourself. This is a really great way for us to know that you've joined the class and know a little bit about yourself. Okay, I'm going to go back to Start Here to get my list. All right, this welcome video right here, number 3, that's what you're listening to right now. So here we are. Number 4 is a course overview, which is a really brief just description of what this course is about. Number 5 is your syllabus, which is located up here. If you click on syllabus, it's going to give you the official syllabus for the course. This is photo 1. Okay, but it tells you all the rules, all of that stuff. I'm going to go back to Start Here. Okay. Directions for Artist Day. So all of my classes have this Friday activity, which is an extra credit activity for how to complete Artist Day. I have those directions located here, and I can show you really briefly. What Artist Day is just a way for you to share. It's like a show and tell day, if you remember that from elementary school, but you will show and tell on our course homepage. So an example of what you would do on Artist Day for extra credit is you would do any of these things. Let's say you're in photography, but you really like drawing me pictures, you can do that. You're not limited to the class you're in. Let's say you love to do animation, but you want to show me a photograph that you did, and you're in my illustration course. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's say you want to share some music, and you're in my photography course. It doesn't matter which course you're in, you're not limited to that, and it doesn't have to be an assignment you're working on. You can do your own work. You can share other artists that you found. So let's say that you found the work of Salvador Dali and you think he's amazing and you want to share it with the class. You can do that here. Or you could talk about something that you learned, or you could talk about maybe in your history course you learned about something related to art. You would post that here as well. I have step-by-step directions on how to do that. Let me show you very quickly. Course Home. Here's our course homepage. This is how you would do a course home post. You would click right here. You would title it. You'd write what you want to share. And if you want to upload a photo, like an image that you have, you could take a picture of a drawing you made, or you could share a link. If you want to share a link, you would just paste that right here in the body. Let's say I wanted to share a link to a website. You would just paste that right here. And then you would share it with your class and you would click post. It's that simple. And so you would see an example of all of these students that have posted things here. Right here you can see I posted happy birthday to someone that Christopher was having a birthday, is having a birthday today. So I posted happy birthday, so I did that. And that shows up here in the course homepage feed. I'm going to go back to our list. We're almost done. Okay, so that's Artist Day Journal. That's a Friday activity every Friday. I encourage you to do that. It's a great way to build up extra points. And I really like how you guys can share your personal work with each other. Everybody else in the class gets to see it and comment on it. All right, I have an additional video for you to watch on how to turn your photos into submissions or to turn your work in, and it's a helpful video for you to watch. It's located here. And click on that, and it shall tell you step by step for the first time you use submissions. Submissions is located up here. I'm just going to click on it really quick and show you what it looks like. Submissions is pretty simple to use, but I do have that step-by-step video in case it is not simple for you. So what you do in my classes in general is you would attach a photograph, either of your artwork if you drew something for me. And when you're the teacher, you get all the work in the submissions box that's showing up here. This is something I need to grade. But if you go to assignments, you would choose the name of the assignment. You find the folder. So this is all the assignments that are due for this semester. So let's say I'm going to turn in this project here. I know that it's in there twice. And if I am a student, for example, I would have a text box show up and then a little place to attach. Since I'm the teacher, mine doesn't look quite right. It doesn't look the same. So let me try to find, if I have this one that I need to, it's going to look something like this. I haven't graded Jasmine's work yet, but yours, when you're turning it in, it'll look something like this, which means you can type information to me here, and then you would click Attach File, and you would need to attach your work. Your attachment, it could be a Word file, it could be a photograph, it could be a JPEG. If you're in my classes, you're almost always attaching a JPEG file or a PNG file, an artwork file to me. Not very often do I get documents, but on occasion I do. All right, that's the short version. If that didn't really make sense to you, then watch this video over here on how to turn your work in, because it does go slower and explain it in depth. Okay, let's go back to start here. The last thing I'm going to have you do is review course tools. And this is important. I'm not giving it a lot of time here, but I want you to do this before you begin the courses. Go up to Course Tools and look through each of these very valuable tools. Okay, these are ways that you can communicate with your teacher and ways that you can be successful in the class. The first tool that shows up, and by the way, these tools will be different depending on what class you're in. So for my photography courses, for example, I have a whole bunch of a library of technical guides. So if I look at that, it's going to be a lot of, well, that's not there yet, different ways, different technical information and different charts if you're in my photo classes. If you're in my drawing classes, you're going to get a lot of different resources on drawing. But the general tools that I do have that everybody will be using are email. So let me show you that first. If you want to email me or someone else in your class, this is how you would do it. You'll go to email, you would select who you want to send the email to, and then you would click add. So you'd make sure that there's a recipient. Then you would type a title to your email just like a normal email. Then you would send me whatever message you need to send me, and then you would have to, if you want to, you can send an attachment as well. That's a really easy way to send me an email. It sends it to my regular email account, and just send it. Okay, when I reply to you, it does not come back to OpenClass. This is part of the problem, I think, in the beginning. You will not get a reply within OpenClass. You're going to have to go into your school student Gmail to get the reply. I think that's sometimes when I don't get responses, is that Kids are waiting for the answer to show up in here and it doesn't. And I wish it did. That would make everything easier. Okay, second tool that's just very important is assignment calendar. Okay, assignment calendar could be the most valuable tool out of all of them, honestly. Assignment calendar, which all your teachers use, is going to tell you what is due when. You may like this list view, so if you look right now, I'm in January 2015, and it's going to show everything that's due for the month of January. I have things due always on Mondays, so depending on your class, depending on your teacher, it may be different. I can click on the calendar view, which I kind of like. Still due on Mondays. Or you can see, if you want to, you can look out at everything that's due on the whole term. You can kind of see everything is due in here. I have some things due on odd days. Okay, but I kind of stick with the list view, and it tells me what is coming up. So on Monday, we have 3 things that are due in this class. If I go into a different class, let me just show you my multimedia. Let's go to my illustration class just for an example so you can see what it looks like. Similar, everything here's the same. My start page, the picture is different, but I have the same same general announcements. Course tools, very similar, might not be in the same order, but I have my assignment calendar here, but they have different, this class has different things due, but both on Mondays as well. Okay, what I have so I encourage you to use assignment calendar. If you're confused about what is due when, please take a look at assignment calendar. It's a great tool. Okay, PowerSchool I have for everyone. So if you want to check your grade, which I encourage you to do, just click on the PowerSchool link. It's embedded, so you should be able to access PowerSchool right here. I don't have access to what your username and password is, but you can contact, I think maybe Miss Hun has that information for you. Somebody does, but you can, or your school counselor or somebody on site would know what your PowerSchool access is if you don't already have it. Okay, most of my classes I have the scoring rubrics located here under course tools, so you can see how you got your grade and why, and how I come to my grade. And always feel free to, if you don't like the grade you got, please feel free to ask me how you can raise it, because usually if you want to do more work to raise your grade, that's absolutely an option for you. And then very important link that I have for you is frequently asked questions under course tools. So I got a lot of these same questions, so I've just kind of been compiling a list of what happens when you get to these issues. So if you have a question for me, you might want to check here first under course tools, frequently asked questions, FAQs. Check here, because I have a lot of the same things over and over again, so you might want to just read through this first and see if your question is asked and answered before you contact me. All right, I think I have talked enough and hopefully covered everything. Let's see, I did everything that I can think of. Last but not least, in this OpenClass, if you have already used OpenClass, you already know this, but for those of you that are new to it, we have an instant message function in the lower right. You can see who's online. So if you click on this, I can see all the people that are online. And if I wanted to talk to somebody and have a conversation, like, oh, I see Mr. McWhorter. Oh, I did. Let's say I wanted to bother Mr. McWhorter and say, hey, what's going on? I can click on him and I can talk to him about what's happening. I guess he's telling me something. I guess we haven't talked in a while, for about 2 years. That's kind of sad. I guess we're not friends anymore. But you can see your old conversations pop up. Okay, so that's a way to get a hold of us, your teachers. Although if you use this function to message me, I'm not always the best at answering right away, because sometimes I don't see it till I log on again. So I promise you I'll answer you, but you can always try that pop-up. And you can also message your classmates through that and ask them a question too. But if for some reason I don't answer that instant message, don't despair. I might just not have seen it. A lot of times I have my sound off, but you can always text me or email me, of course. I'm better at answering that quicker. I don't know why. Okay, so that's a lot of information. Again, here's how you find me. Here's how you come meet with me. These dates may change, but this is usually posted here. This is what I want you to do every day. Your class is Monday through Friday, so you should be expected to be on top of it. Please do not fall behind. Please contact me whenever you have questions. I look forward to meeting you all.